Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Now today's question I think comes off of a live stream. I honestly don't remember where I got it, but it's a good one. And the question is, what are your rights to see your file in therapy? I know many of you are curious about rules, ethics, and the legal ramifications of being a therapist and what your rights as the patient are. And so today's video is all about getting your files, meaning your records, and what kind of rights do you have to ask a therapist for them. And the truth is that you have every right. When it comes to the legal parts of therapy, you as the patient hold the confidentiality, meaning you are the one that has to tell us it's okay to tell anybody about you coming to see us, and you're the one that has to request any documents be sent and release that information or those documents to that person. So you are the end-all be-all when it comes to your confidentiality. Now obviously, all of the legal things I just stated are based on the fact that you are an adult and you have all your own rights, like you aren't conserved or anything like that. And so keeping that in mind, here is how you can ask for your own files and records in therapy. The first thing you have to do is you have to put it in writing. That means get back to your computer, type up your request, date it, sign it, and give it to your therapist. Also, you can send an email because that's printable by your therapist as well, but I'm just letting you know that in order for this to even start, we have to put it in writing. Once you've done that, it's at the therapist's discretion to do one of the following 4 things. The first thing he can do is offer to let you inspect your records, meaning here's your file, let's go through it together. You can look at it, read it, and ask me any questions you might have. And that might be something that would be effective for you if you just wanted to see what the testing that you did really showed, or you wanted to make sure that they had this certain documentation, or you were curious what your psychiatrist passed along to them. That would be what an inspection would mean. You want to just look through it, read a certain portion, or check something out, and then be done with it. The next thing a therapist can do at their discretion, again, is to provide you with a full copy of your records, meaning everything that they have for you, whether it be electronic or handwritten, they copy them, scan them, whatever, and send them over to you, or give them to you in session. That way you have all of the records at your disposal to go through whenever you want, or possibly to take and to pass on to a therapist that you're moving to. Or let's say you're going away to college and you want to make sure that whomever you end up with has all of your records. You can take that copy, maybe not even look at it if you don't want to, and take it into your next appointment to make sure that your records follow you along wherever you go. The third option a therapist has is to give you a summary of your records, meaning that they can kind of condense down all the work you've been doing together and maybe some of the treatment goals that you're still looking to achieve, or things you've been through, medications you're on, all of the stuff and all the information they have about you. They can condense it down into maybe a few short paragraphs and give that to you instead, so that you don't have to go through all of the documents. You don't have all of the information necessarily, but you have a brief summary about what you've been working on. And that's often what a therapist will choose as a way to protect you from having to A, read through all the documents, which can be just overwhelming, and B, maybe relive some of the trauma that you've gone through or some of the things you've worked through in therapy. You don't have to go back through it again. This way you can just see all of the progress you've made, what you're working on, medications, all of that stuff in a very succinct and maybe safer and healthier manner. And the fourth and final thing a therapist can do is they can refuse you any access to your records. And the reason that they can do that is only if they feel that you having access to that would be detrimental to you. Meaning it could be really emotionally distressing, or it could bring up some other issues and be re-traumatizing. Or some of the things that you've been working on, maybe you're not fully aware. It could be any number of things. But if they feel that you having that access is going to do more harm than good, they can refuse it. And as I said, all of those 4 options are at a therapist's discretion. And that's why it's important before we get into treatment with anyone that we make sure that they have our best interest at heart. That's why we want to make sure they feel like they're on our team and they're doing things for us and working with us. All of that is so important because there may come a time when you move or you're finished with that therapy and you want to do this other thing that you're going to need to ask for this. And you want to make sure that when they make this choice, they're doing it with your best interest. And I personally don't think that we want to see our records. They're not very exciting. They're very clinical, which really means that they're written in a very bizarre fashion. They're written third person. So it's not like I say, I went and saw, my client Susie, and Susie was doing great. It's not like that. It's not written out in that much detail either. A potential note that I would make, let's say you came into my office and then you left, I'd say, client presented well dressed and cleaned, able to keep up with schoolwork or work at her office, client still struggling with issues related to mother. I mean, it's not a very nice read. It's very to the point. And then it would also have something to the effect of assess for suicidality, maybe ideation and thoughts but no intent. We'll continue to check back. It's very broken up into like truncated sentences, and it's all based on what we're really working on and referencing back to our treatment plan and homework that we have for you. And that's really it. And so I really don't think that we want to see them and read them. I honestly believe that, I don't want to see my own therapy notes because it's not going to do me any good. I was there. I'm working on the things that I'm working on. As long as I trust in my therapist and I trust in the process and I keep building on myself and working on myself, that's all that really matters. I don't need to know what somebody wrote in a file unless I'm worried about a diagnosis, in which case I can just ask. I can ask what the diagnoses are and why. And if I disagree, that's completely fine. But I really would not recommend asking for your full record unless it is to keep it sealed and to give it to another professional that you're going to see. Because the terminology is bizarre. There can be some legal stuff that you don't understand that they're writing down. And I just overall don't really think it's that helpful. But let me know what you think. These are my thoughts. This is what I've learned. But let me know in the comments, have you ever asked for your records? Have you received them? Did you read through them? Did you like it? Have you not? Let's talk about it, because together with my experience and your experience, we have all of the information and we're working together towards a healthy mind and a healthy body. And I will see you next time. Bye.